This is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.tv.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
From GBN, this is Network News for Thursday, January 11, 2024. In the headlines, the Pan American Health Organization warns of circulation of SARS-CoV-2 and other respiratory viruses in the Caribbean as Grenada urges citizens to be vigilant. Grenada to host the first sitting of the Court of Appeal as the new law year is set to open on Friday. Association of Caribbean Media Workers calls on the Deacon Mitchell-led administration to apologize to the local media following fallout over cabinet reshuffle access. Families hold on to hope that two men still missing after 30 days at sea will return home safe. Also in the news, regionally, former Surinamese president summoned to serve his prison sentence. Internationally, the International Court of Justice concludes first day of hearing in genocide case against Israel. Plus, in the sports news, Grenada Football Association announces logo competition for 100th anniversary celebrations. Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Details right after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has raised concerns about the continued circulation of SARS-CoV-2 and other respiratory viruses in the region of the Americas, encompassing the Caribbean. Health officials here are closely monitoring the situation, advising the nation to stay alert to prevent potential outbreaks. Rena Thomas reports.
In a recent statement, the Pan American Health Organization highlighted the ongoing threat posed by SARS-CoV-2 and other respiratory viruses in the Americas. The organization emphasized the need for heightened vigilance and proactive measures to curb the spread of these infectious agents. The warning serves as a reminder for countries within the region to stay on high alert, given the unpredictable nature of the virus and its variants. As of January 11th, Grenada has not recorded any case of the new SARS-CoV-2 variant. Kevin Frederick, Senior Health Communications Officer, in a phone interview with GBN, said they are actively monitoring the situation and collaborating with international health organizations to stay abreast of the latest development.
So we have an active surveillance unit with a competent team of experts who are always on the ball and very proactive, and kudos to them. They have been monitoring the situation, collecting and analyzing our data, and also keeping a close eye on everything COVID-19, and so on, and the situation as it unfolds both in and out of our country. Now,
Frederick says that so far Grenada remains a safe place as there is no report of COVID-19 cases that warrants any panic.
It's relatively safe in Grenada, no alarming increase in cases, and that warrants any panic. and we continue to enjoy a climate that is rather safe here in Grenada, with a very positive outlook for our country, as the risk is significantly low. And that is very, very important when one was to consider our risk analysis from a risk communication standpoint. Grenada is very safe, and we are happy that we are able to keep it that way.
The communications officer said that the absence of cases should not lead to complacency, as the Ministry of Health is urging the public to remain vigilant and adhere to preventative measures.
All things considered, now that can change in the blink of an eye, simply because we're in a global village, and with global travel even peaking, the situation can change. So to minimize the risk of any major spike in cases, the message is clear. Do not drop your guard. Do not become too complacent and think that we are invincible. So we are encouraging persons to continue putting their health first, adopt and or readopt all of the measures and the practices that are effective and are effective still in the management and prevention of viruses such as COVID.
Frederick reminds the public to practice good hand hygiene, wear masks in crowded places, and maintain social distancing, while encouraging them to stay informed about the latest updates and follow guidelines issued by health professionals. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
While many are excited about the implementation of the minimum wage, many others have expressed anxiety. What is or is not likely to happen? Christina John spoke with businessman and former Senator Christopher Diali about the adjusted minimum wage.
The minimum salary or wage to any working person is no longer less than EC $1,200 per month or no less than 60 EC per day, according to SRO number 42, 2023, which was gazetted on the 15th December. The new order, which came into effect on January 1st, covers an expanded category of workers, including media workers, call center workers, helpers on construction sites, and sanitation workers. Managing Director of Seasons Paint Grenada Limited and former business representative in the Senate, Christopher Diali, said we must first see its impact before suggesting amendments.
I'm not sure if it's a review. I mean, with every new piece of legislation, there are things that you may have missed and you could amend, or you could seek clarification, and the appropriate ministry will give the clarification. So I'm not, because they did indicate a lot of consultations took place, but when you really do write these things and you come to the detail and the implementation, then you may see areas where you may need to adjust or may come back and amend and so on based on the degree of circumstance in the new law. So it is those kind of things, but I'm not sure if we need to do a full review. It's just to hear the feedback and see what needs to be made in terms of adjustments.
The minimum wage does not address productivity, but rather a balanced wage that employers should be guided by. However, the challenge comes with the amount of productive hours for a day's pay.
Because you may have workers that come, for example, in government, all the people that work on the debushers. They will work for a minimum of, 4 hours a day and get a full day's pay at a minimum of, or even better. So if that is the accepted norm, it is not the most productive way, because you would pay for a day, and a day is normally in Grenada 8 hours, right, or 40 hours a week. So there are circumstances that vary that will relate to productivity that may not necessarily the minimum wage may not necessarily deal with it. So you as the employer had to work out what you think is reasonable for you for a day's pay. In agriculture, some people work from 6 in the morning until 10. And then after that, they say the sun too hot, they can't make it. So if you want to pay for 4 hours at a full day, that is your choice. But you can't go below the minimum wage because it would be an illegal situation. So it really depends. The productivity issue is slightly more complicated as it relates to how minimum wage work.
The subject of job cuts came into focus. It appears that some level of compromise must be reached.
Consequences when we had initial discussions on the increase that some employers would not be able to afford some people. So take, for example, daycare of the elderly and geriatric care. The increase that have been leveled there, some people may need 3 people to take after the elderly, morning and night and later on, based on the shift. And some people may say, well, they can't afford it at that rate, so they may have to reduce it to 1 or so. Or some may say they can't reduce it, they can't afford at all. And then there is domestic workers as well, and what happens there. And the issue becomes, if a domestic worker says to you that, this is the new rate, and you say, well, I can't afford it, and you have to send you home. And the person may say, no, I'm willing to work for something less. Or, even though I'm working for what now, could you give me a little increase, which is even still less than the minimum wage? And the issue becomes, are you going to entertain that because it's illegal in the system? And the employer then could be taken to task. So there are all these issues when people come with that. And if you have somebody working with you for years and you can't afford now, you want to send them home, it's not an easy thing for them and of course the employer. So it has some difficulty there, and there would be room for some level of negotiation, I believe, that needs to take place.
Christina John, GBN News.
Other news, the Association of Caribbean Media Workers, ACM, is calling on the government of Grenada to issue an apology to media workers following its recent actions that led to the barring of media workers from the swearing-in of new cabinet ministers at the Governor General's residence on January 4, 2024. Here's the report.
The Association of Caribbean Media Workers, ACM, which is a network of journalists, media workers, and media associations spanning the Caribbean Basin, issued a statement earlier this week in solidarity with actions taken by the Media Workers Association of Grenada, MWAG, to boycott a government press conference last week Friday after local media were excluded from the swearing-in of new cabinet ministers. This was Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell's first major cabinet reshuffle. Vice President of the Caribbean Media Workers Association, Nazima Ragiber, spoke with GBN on the issue.
For us, monitoring the situation, but also looking at what has been happening with the media engagement with the government, I think the only proper thing to do is for the government to issue an apology and try to correct the relationship, or try to establish a relationship that would guide, a media policy that would guide the relationship between the government and the media. I don't understand how an event where this is public information, where the public is dependent on us, the interlocutors, and those of us that disseminate information, how somebody could have thought it best to bar the media from such an event. It is just very mind-boggling.
She described the government's decision to withhold the dissemination of the relevant information until after a planned press conference some 24 hours later as a smack of disrespect for not just the media but the general public.
This is the public that you're going to ask for support. You're asking for support with your government policies, whatever you do around budget, to support your ministers as they change portfolios, to support the government. And if this is how you're going to treat the public, we are just part of the public bringing your information to the public. For me, it's just disrespectful. At the end of the day, any government that is interested in transparency and accountability have to have that open policy that is inclusive of the media. We are not just bystanders and onlookers. We are part of the environment and that whole information environment. And that is why we're there at every beck and call. This is not just some other event or somebody's personal event. This is a national event in which Grenadians are looking onto, and I think this is why it's so disturbing. And I commend the Media Association for calling it out right there and then.
There has been debate in various quarters over the protocol traditionally applied for the swearing in of cabinet ministers after a reshuffle, with some noting that entry to the Governor General's residence is by invitation only. Despite varying views, ACM shares MWAG's view that the media should have been afforded the opportunity to cover the event.
Always. This is not nobody's personal business. This is the people's business. And that is why we are there to provide that information.
For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Concerns have been raised over truck operators who operate loaded trucks without regard for other motorists and the law. The concerns follow accidents stemming from an oil spill on Wednesday. Beverly Telesford tells us more.
On Wednesday, while on journey to an assignment, the Grenada Broadcasting Network reporters observed a blue truck carrying barrels of oil in its tray traversing the Mungay Road headed in the Bolio direction. Oil began spilling from one of the barrels onto the road, prompting our news team to pull over the driver, alerting him of the situation. The driver thanked us for the alert, however, did not make any move to prevent further spillage. That same evening, a video began circulating on social media of multiple vehicles that skidded along the Mankuma Road due to a trail of oil in the road. 3 cars were observed in a small pileup along the roadway.
Coming down, and you have a hose of the oil in the road. We was the first. Look at the gentleman. We was the first vehicle to run off the road, and then we run off the road right here. And then another vehicle coming down.
This incident serves as a stark reminder of the rules governing the operation of loaded vehicles. Under Chapter 289 of the Road Traffic Act, Section 57 reads, quote, "Any person who drives a motor vehicle on a road without due care and attention or without reasonable consideration for other persons using the road commits an offense and shall be liable on summary conviction to a fine of $1,000 or to imprisonment for 6 months or to both such fine and imprisonment," end quote. It further states, quote, "A person drives a motor vehicle without reasonable consideration for other persons using the road if he or she drives the vehicle on a road when that vehicle is so loaded that it spills its load on the road so that the spillage constitutes a danger to other users of the road," end quote. While on the same journey on Wednesday, our news team observed another open back truck carrying a load of sand with no covering. Sand from the truck blew back onto the windscreen of the GBN's vehicle. Subsequently, on Thursday morning, another truck was observed carrying a load with no covering to prevent spillage onto the road. Our news desk reached out to the traffic department of the Royal Grenada Police Force for a reinforcement of the law which speaks to operating loaded trucks. However, until news time, a response was not forthcoming. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Reporting the day's news from the Grenadian capital, still to come from us. Grenada to host the first sitting of the Court of Appeal as the new law year is set to open on Friday. Stay with us.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Your new GrenLeg bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new GrenLeg bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format, it even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. And Mom, let Lucy know she can check out Grenlec's new Understanding Your Bill video. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new Grenlec bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
I'm a VIP. I'm a VIP.
I am a VIP. I am vaccinated. I am immunized. I am protected. Our children and nation depend on vaccination for immunization. Childhood vaccination is national priority. It is their protection from disease and sicknesses. Let's all be VIPs and safeguard our beautiful Grenada. I am DJ Blackstorm and I am a VIP health champion. Be a VIP like me.
Let's all be VIP champions.
A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs, Be a VIP Childhood Vaccination and Immunization Campaign in collaboration with UNICEF and the Pan American Health Organization.
Switch to a Ready Cash loan today. Bring your loan to us and get 25% off. Get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and hassle-free service, so you can do all the important things you need with ease. All you need is your ID, proof of address, payslip, job letter, and 2 references. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.shopcourts.com. Courts Ready Cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Like family, it's always exciting when lottery players get together. Now the lottery games are joining in the fun. Check out the multiplier family of Instacash games. 5 times the cash at $2, 10 times the cash at $3, and 20 times the cash at $5. On your tickets, match any of our numbers with any of the winning numbers and win the prize below that number. There's more. Multiply your winnings up to 5 times, 10 times, or 20 times more. Winning is easy. Play Monday to Sunday. There are no draws to wait on. Win instantly. It's the multiplier family of Instacash games with over $675,000 to be won instantly. Don't just buy one, buy all, because family is everything. Must be 18 years and older to play. NLA, making family dreams come true.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it. Accessed using your debit card and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Youth leaders and young people with big dreams, now is your time. We want you to be involved in Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence.
If you're between the ages of 14 and 30, you are invited to participate in the Youth Symposium. January 19th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Radisson Beach Resort.
We're bringing together the nation's sharpest young minds for a day of innovation, collaboration, and empowerment.
Registration is free, but space is limited. Visit the Grenada Tons 50 social media pages for the registration form or speak to your school's principal.
This is not just an event, it's a movement.
The Youth Symposium for Grenada's 50th independence. Let's make history together. Because in Grenada, I can, you can, we can.
level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you're in supermarket and hardware supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Building or renovating your home or business? Why not use clean, renewable energy? Install solar panels to power your home and office and see your energy costs go down and your savings go up. Using renewable solar-powered energy protects our environment, reduces our carbon footprint, and slows the devastating impact of climate change. Republic Bank can help to finance construction and renovations that make use of renewable energy. Visit any Republic Bank branch and ask about renewable energy financing options today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Network News, hello again. The first sitting of the Court of Appeal will be held in Grenada as the legal fraternity in the region prepares to celebrate Law Year 2024. Rena Ped Thomas has this report.
The first scheduled sitting for the Court of Appeal for 2024 will take place in Grenada from the 15th to the 19th of January, and it will later move to St. Vincent and the Grenadines from the 29th of January to the 2nd of February, with Grenada also being the host member state of the new law year. The Crown Ballroom of Radisson Grenada Beach Resort has been declared a court for the special sitting to mark the opening. Attorney of Law Anselm Clouden spoke of the importance of the sitting for the Court of Appeal.
Well, I think it is somewhat historical in the context that since the advent of COVID-19 and the technological advancement of the court whereby matters could be heard virtually, I think it is indeed historical, albeit in a limited context, that the Court of Appeal is sitting in Grenada at this particular time.
The Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court will mark the commencement of the new law year with its traditional ceremonial opening proceedings under the theme Innovation and Justice Reform, the ECSC looking to the future. Chief Registrar of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Mrs. Mitchell John Tierball, spoke of the plans for Law Week 2024.
So coming down the chain, there are church services followed in the same way by the procession. Then there will be the inspection of the Guard of Honor, and in Grenada that will be done by the Chief Justice, and in the other islands it will be done by the Senior Resident Judge for the island. And then we settle down, and at 10 a.m. we have the special sitting to mark the opening of the law year. Now this sitting, although it's going to be coming live from Grenada, it's going to be broadcast to all the 8 other member states and territories.
The ceremonial opening will commence with a church service in most member states and territories, followed by the procession to the High Court, where the formal special sitting of the court will be held. In Grenada, the church service will be held at the Blessed Sacrament Catholic Church, commencing at 8 a.m. The Chief Registrar spoke of other activities carded for the new law year.
Her Ladyship, Dame Janice Pereira, will deliver the feature address, and Her Ladyship is going to focus on what the court has been doing, the activities the court has been engaged in over the last year. This year, the theme for the opening is Innovation and Justice Reform, the ECSC look into the future. And then the latter part will let persons know, get a glimpse or a snapshot rather, into the future plans.
Okay.
Moving forward.
The The special sit-in will be used as a platform to educate the public about the achievements of the ECSC over the past year and its plans for the new year. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Now, 30 days missing at sea with no confirmed sighting of the fishermen or their boat. Beverly Telesford reports.
It marks 30 days since 22-year-old Sean Lewis and 25-year-old Chris Cooley Hamilton of St. Andrew have gone missing at sea. Family members and friends still have no official word about the whereabouts of the men. Since they have gone missing, a number of searches were carried out, but the fishermen have not been sighted. A candlelight vigil was held in the community of Soubise on Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, 8 days after the men were reported missing, as family members gathered to offer prayers and hope for their safe return. 1 month later, a family member attached to one of the men said they have not given up hope, as they are following up on a tip of 2 men discovered floating in Colombian waters. The family member told GBN they are not certain if the 2 men are Lewis and Hamilton because the men were reportedly in such bad condition they could not speak. GBN reached out to the Community Relations Department of the RGPF, which reported that the Coast Guard was aware of the circulating rumors, however, has not received such report. While the Coast Guard and local fishermen conduct searches at sea, other members of the RGPF have been conducting searches as part of investigations into the men's disappearance. On December 21st, the RGPF said via a release that it reached out to neighboring islands to aid in the search for Lewis and Hamilton. The RGPF has also contacted the Regional Security Services, RSS, for help, as well as direct assistance from Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and Puerto Rico. These countries have all committed to assisting with the search. An international bulletin was sent out to all ships and aircrafts traversing the region. According to a police press release, sometime after 9 a.m. on the 12th of December 2023, both men left Soubise St. Andrew on a fishing expedition in a small blue fishing vessel named Uptop and have not returned since. Lewis is approximately 5 feet 5 inches in height, slim built, and brown in complexion with a cornrow hairstyle. Hamilton is slim built, brown in complexion with Indian hair. Anyone with information that can assist in locating the missing men is asked to contact the Grenada Coast Guard at 444-1931 or 459-2385, the Grenville Police Station at 442-7224, Police Hotline at 444-1958, Police Emergency 911, or the nearest police station. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Several Grenadian women are benefiting from a one-week workshop organized by UNESCO in partnership with government that will help develop their craftsmanship and business. More in this Rena P. Thomas report.
The Grenada National Commission for UNESCO, in collaboration with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development and the Grenada National Museum, is hosting a one-week workshop dubbed Empowering Women Artisan Through Product Design Mentoring. The workshop, which commenced on Wednesday, January 10th and will conclude on January 18th, is focused on women involved in craft production, jewelry, basket weaving, textiles, and woodwork, among others. It is tailored to elevate and empower women's craft through invaluable mentoring and guidance. Judy-Ann Antwine, representative of the Grenada National Museum, in her remarks said that her organization is always excited to help with the development of local products, especially those crafted by women.
The Grenada National Museum is always happy to partner with organizations in important events like these, especially where women are given the opportunity to elevate themselves and their businesses, which contribute to the tourism industry and local economy. The craft work produced in Grenada proudly represents our culture and history and contributes significantly to developing our creative industry and skill that is required to create your beautiful work. And we are happy that you've taken this opportunity offered by UNESCO to improve the quality and reach of your products.
The The workshop kicked off with 3 in-person sessions from January 10th to the 12th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. This will be followed by exclusive one-on-one sessions with participants from January 15th to the 18th, mentoring with international design and development consultant Daniela Vascara.
Always very happy and the happiness to work with artisans for 25 years already. Since the beginning of my career as a designer, textiles designer, specialized in looms, traditional looms, and expert Andean weaving. We don't make this a livelihood, a real livelihood, then it will die in time. We have to preserve our traditions, but also have a strategy in mind, a business strategy.
Over 7 women are participating in the workshop. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Well, business operators are displaying their creative ways to celebrate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence through the GBN eyesore lens. Stay with us.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Collection.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Our creatives and small business owners are on a roll this independence season. Tonight's feature is business owner Dylan Baptiste's creation of a plush mat displaying Grenada's 2024 Independence logo and the theme, One People, One Journey, One Future. Baptiste decided to use his creativity and business to show his patriotism. We at the GBN encourage others to do the same and send it to us via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
I like it. Well done. All right, still to come in network news. Recycle OEC's project generates insights into the plastic waste landscape of Dominica and Grenada. We will talk about that. Stay with us.
On February 3rd and 4th, the Grenada Motor Club presents Grenada's 50th Independence Invitational Drags at Pearls International Speedway, St. Andrews. Come out to see our local boys compete against the fastest drag racing cars the Caribbean has to offer. There will be special entertainment from one of the Caribbean's top drifters and live performances. One of our local artists. February 2nd is the welcome party at Lavo Lanes. February 3rd, Test and Tune at Pearls International Speedway. And February 4th, Drag Race Finals. Contact us at Grenada Motor Club 473@gmail.com. Grenada's 50th Independence Invitational Drags, February 3rd and 4th at Pearls International Speedway. This will be an epic one.
Grenada, as we celebrate 50 years of independence. I love my Grenada. Made in Grenada presents the celebration of 50 years of Calypso. Open me up into that night, honey. One stage. No, not so fast. One show. Grenada's best Calypsonians performing Grenada's greatest hits. Sunday, February 11th, 2024 at 6 p.m. sharp. Grenada National Stadium. More information coming soon.
When the DJ played with her hungry, she raised her hand and she tell me, Becky, no place sweeter than home.
and New Year with the NLA's exciting You Must Win promotion. Spend $15 or more in a single ticket purchase on Daily Pick 3, Daily Cash 4, or Playway, and just like that, you have chances to win prizes valued at over $100,000. Winning is easy. Simply check your tickets for the words you won. Free cash, free phones, free tablets, or free Instacash tickets. But wait, that's not all. You can also win free raffle entries for chances to win not one but 2 cars in NLA's You Must Win promotion. Promotion runs December 1st, 2023 to January 31st, 2024. Terms and conditions apply. You must be 18 and over to participate. The NLA, making your Christmas and New Year dreams come true.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grand Anse, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium.
Network News, hello again. A Recycle OECS project has been organized to generate insights into the plastic waste landscape of Grenada and Dominica. My colleague Christina John has this report.
The goal of the project is to develop a replicable model that can be easily adapted to suit the circumstances of other OECS member states and document a case study for small island developing states. Recycle OECS is a pioneering initiative that is setting the stage for a paradigm shift in waste management across the OECS. A direct comparison between Grenada and Dominica revealed striking similarities in plastic waste composition. Both member states shared film plastics as the dominant component, reflecting common economic activities, tourism influences, and reliance on plastic packaged imported goods. When compared to other recycle OECS participating member states, such as St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica's plastic composition at 24% showcases similarities with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Grenada's plastic waste composition at 18% is relatively lower. However, all 4 territories' plastic waste generation is comparatively higher than the global average for upper middle income countries, emphasizing the common challenge of plastic waste in the region. The findings from Grenada and Dominica's waste characterization studies have far-reaching implications for the OECS region and beyond. Notably, both nations surpass global average of 12%. They both exceed the average of other upper-middle-income countries, where plastic waste constitutes 11%, shedding light on the challenges faced by small island developing states. The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority and the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation have embraced a collaborative twinning arrangement, which involves knowledge exchange, research and data sharing, possible resource pooling, a joint approach for public education and awareness, and active collaboration during project implementation. GBN reached out to the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority for further details regarding this planned project. However, such a response was not available. Christina John, GBN News.
The young entrepreneurs, farmers and fishers in agriculture and agribusiness projects is set to engage with young minds across Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique through a series of consultations. These consultations, scheduled for January 16 to 31, 2024, are aimed at creating a platform for youth who are already engaged in or interested in the agriculture sector to voice their needs and aspirations. The primary objective is to understand and address the unique challenges faced by young entrepreneurs, farmers and fishers, fostering an environment conducive to their success. Through a combination of training and financial assistance, the initiative seeks to boost opportunities for small-scale agriculture, contributing significantly to poverty reduction in rural communities. We can tell you too, the project targets the reduction of youth unemployment, focusing on individuals aged 16 to 35. The project is a commitment to increase agricultural production by providing essential support to existing and aspiring young farmers, youth agriculture workers, and agribusiness entrepreneurs. The project is funded by the CARICOM Development Fund and spearheaded by the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry, and Marine Resources. Sports news up next.
National Lotteries Authority is a proud sponsor of many cultural activities within the tri-island state of Grenada.
My name is Anderson Matheson, also known as Baptiste, and I'm a calypsonian and string band music player from Carriacou. I support the games of the National Lottery Authority because culture benefits tremendously. Annually, the NLA supports the Carriacou and Petit Martinique Carnival, the Carriacou String Band Music Festival, and all regattas, among other activities. When I play the game of the NLA, I can see where my money goes, and it's an investment into our culture.
Yes, Grenada, when you play the games of the NLA, you enable us to invest in the skills and talents of our people in the areas of sports, culture, and nation building.
Labukan Creative Center presents Redemption Time, a suspenseful and exciting drama set during the Grenada Revolution period, starring Sylvan McIntyre, Kathy and James, Aquino Romaine, Giselle Carrington, Samu Gilvey, and Piyanki Toussaint. Tickets from Gotefet, Grenadian Optical, Labukan, and St. Andrew's Pharmacy, $75. Friday 26th and Saturday 27th January, 8 p.m. Sunday, January 28th, 6 p.m. at Labukan. Deluxe Cinema Grenville, Saturday, February 3rd, 8 p.m. It's Redemption Time by Urias Peters. Don't miss it.
Yes, we have rebranded and we are now called Bee's Crispy Chicken, serving you with authentic, well-seasoned fried chicken using our own secret recipe. Unlike Tom Jones and Uncle Sam, we use a blend of local herbs and spices to give you, our valued customers, delicious fried and grilled chicken at affordable prices. Our menu includes chicken and chips, wraps, salads, hamburgers, chicken burgers, fried and grilled fish, your favorite ice cream flavors, and much, much more. You can find us at XL Plaza Grand Anse and our 2 express outlets at Granby Street, St. George's and Jubilee Street, St. Andrew. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Order online via Yogo or call 403-8003 to order in advance. Bee's Crispy Chicken. For us, by us.
Sporting fans, good evening. The Grenada Football Association, GFA, is gearing up for its 100th anniversary this year. A century of unwavering commitment to the growth and promotion of football in the nation will be celebrated in style. To mark this significant achievement, the GFA has launched a logo competition calling on creative minds to submit designs that will serve as the official emblem for all GFA 100th anniversary celebrations. Kern Mason is GFA's communications officer.
Well, as most persons would know, the main highlight of the anniversary celebrations would be a Legends match at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Plans are still being made for that. We're just waiting on confirmation from the different players. We know it's about 2 months away, but still, once we get all the final confirmations, then we would have an official launch and all the names of the persons who would be at the competition will be announced.
Mason said designs have already been submitted. He's urging applicants to make their submissions to project.manager@grenadafa.gd.
It's open from now until the 31st of January, and we have posted the information on our social media platforms, and we hope that persons will be able to submit their designs before or on the day of the 31st of January. We already have, just today, we actually received two submissions already, so we're happy for that, and we look forward to all the submissions that will come in.
He went on to outline some of the other activities that will be taking place to celebrate this milestone.
The main highlight of the anniversary celebrations would be a Legends match at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Plans are still being made for that. We're just waiting on confirmation from the different players. We know it's about 2 months away, but still, once we get all the final confirmations, then we would have an official launch and all the names of the persons who would be at the competition will be announced.
All right, so the winner of the logo competition will have the honor of seeing his or her design represent a century of football excellence and receive a cash prize of $500. Founded in 1924, the GFA has played a pivotal role in shaping the football landscape in Grenada. Over the past century, the sport, developing local talent and creating a vibrant football community. Grenada's Teddy Bishop is among the 15-man squad named by the West Indies selectors to play against Australia in 3 one-day internationals. Bishop makes his debut alongside Guyanese wicket-keeper batsman Tevin Imlach Teddy Bishop has impressed selectors with the bat on assignments for the West Indies Academy during the recent CG United Super 50 Cup and Academy Series against emerging Ireland. Speaking about the squads to face Australia, Cricket West Indies lead selector Desmond Haynes said, quote, "On the back of a series win against England, we are expecting our one-day international team to be very competitive in Australia. We have some new inclusions who have impressed over a significant period and a couple of returning players whom we think will have an impact," unquote. The three one-day internationals are carded for February 2 to 6, 2024. We can tell you the full squad reads: Shea Hope, captain; Alzari Joseph, vice-captain; Alec Athanase, Teddy Bishop, Casey McCarthy, Casey Carty, Roston Chase, Matthew Ford, Justin Graves, Kavem Hodge, Tevin Imlak, Gudakesh Moti, Keon Otley, Romario Shepard, O'Shane Thomas, and Hayden Walsh Jr. This story to report: the Anglican High School clinched a well-deserved victory in the senior division of the Ministry of Sports, D's Sports Shop Inter-Secondary School Netball Tournament. In a riveting final match that resumed on Wednesday at the Tanti Netball Complex, the Anglican High School displayed determination and skill, securing a triumphant win against Bishop's College with a final score of 43-26. Colin Peters, coordinator of sports, spoke highly of the tournament.
Congratulations to the ladies. We saw the final, we saw a grand opening with the largest numbers of turnout. We saw the first five, we saw all the games played, and we have to say a special thanks to this sports shop for the number of years of uncut sponsorship and support to the netball, secondary school netball tournament. So thank you, Mr. Daniel and Mrs. Daniel, for your continued support. And we're looking next year to have it bigger and better, as all plans on stream for that.
The match, which had experienced a weather-induced interruption in December 2023, was into the third quarter and 8 minutes into the fourth quarter, with the Anglican High School leading 25-21. Despite the previous setback, the teams resumed play with renewed vigor, showcasing athleticism and teamwork. Keisha Maturin is the captain of Bishop's College.
The tournament was very good. I really do enjoy it, although we didn't come out victorious in the ending, but I'm proud of my team at the end of the day, and we next year will become more, better. But they go with a negative mindset, and I hope that next year they come with a positive mindset for us to be more stronger.
Anaya Redhead is the team captain for the Anglican High School. She was a standout player. She was recognized as the most valuable player in the senior division.
The season was great because we ended off with a victory, but we had a bit of challenges coming to some games, I feel excellent.
The Ministry of Sports, the Sports Shop Inter-Secondary School Netball Tournament Senior Division victory of the Anglican High School. Netball alive and well in Grenada. That's the sports news for now. Suriname's president, Desi Buttersi, whose conviction for involvement in the killing of 15 people more than 4 decades ago has been ordered to jail to serve his sentence. This was announced on Wednesday by the public prosecutor. The former president and army leader had until Monday to request a pardon, but did not do so. He is to appear at a jail in the country alongside 4 co-defendants on Friday. In December, a 3-judge panel affirmed the convictions of Buttersi and 4 others in the execution of 15 government critics, including lawyers, journalists, union leaders, soldiers, and university professors in December 1982. Buttersi was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and Iwan Dijksteel, Benny Brandenstein, and Ernest Jeffrey were each sentenced to 15 years. The 5 convicts were summoned to bailiff's writ on Wednesday to report to the location where they will be locked up. Home, and according to the Public Prosecution Service, his roommate on 2 occasions refused to accept the summons. Buttersi will be locked up in a cell on the grounds of the military hospital in Paramaribo due to medical issues and because he is a former president. Buttersi, 78, dominated politics in the former Dutch colony for decades and left office in 2020. In the past, he said the murdered men were connected to an invasion plot involving the Netherlands and the United States. Buttersi led the country through the 1980s as head of a military government, then assumed office again in 2010, securing re-election 5 years later. According to TNT's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, the region has taken a concrete step towards improving its food security. This report from TTT's Terrian Brown-Campbell.
Only recently, you would have heard of the closing of discussions and the readiness to establish a regional cargo ferry service between Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados. This is a decision which is driven by the need to move raw materials and fresh produce from the producing areas to the consumption and manufacturing areas within this subzone of CARICOM.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley says the new intra-regional ferry service will provide more than food.
The outcome of such a transportation service can only improve our food security, stimulate production across the region, create jobs and support affordable prices of the many agricultural products which we desire at our tables and in our hotel.
The Prime Minister adds, while the 3 nations have agreed to the project, there still needs to be agreement at the local level.
Tomorrow, Thursday, the Cabinet will sign off on this decision. And only this morning, the Minister of Transportation was instructed to ready the galleon passage for the inaugural trip as soon as that documentation is ready and the vessel is ready.
Dr. Rowley made his comments during the ceremony to open the country's latest industrial estate at Phoenix Park on Wednesday. Terrian Brown-Campbell, TDT News.
Further afield, the International Court of Justice, ICJ, has finished hearing arguments on day 1 of the case that Israel is committing genocide in its war on Gaza. South Africa filed a lawsuit in December in a move welcomed by several countries amid a global chorus for a ceasefire in Gaza. The countries asking the International Court of Justice to urgently halt what it says are genocidal acts carried out by Israeli forces in Gaza. South Africa wants the UN's top court to issue so-called provisional measures to order Israel to end its war. Al Jazeera reports.
South Africa tells the International Court of Justice.
Please be seated.
The world is witnessing a textbook case of genocide unfold in Gaza.
This killing is nothing short of destruction of Palestinian life. It is inflicted deliberately. No one is spared, not even newborn babies.
King's Counsel.
It has started legal proceedings against Israel in the UN's highest legal body, looking to show a pattern of large-scale homicidal destruction that qualifies as acts of genocide.
For the past 96 days, Israel has subjected Gaza to what has been described as one of the heaviest conventional bombing campaigns in the history of modern warfare.
South Africa is arguing Israel's military campaign since Hamas's attack on southern Israel on October the 7th has been nothing short of the systematic destruction, in whole or in part, of Palestinians as a population group.
As we stand today, 1% of the Palestinian population in Gaza has been systematically decimated.
In order to establish intent, South Africa's lawyers say the court has the benefit of simply being able to listen to the words of the Israeli leadership.
Israel's political leaders, military commanders, and persons holding official positions have systematically and in explicit terms declared their genocidal intent.
Their messages filtering down into the rank and file of the Israeli army, singing proudly.
Madam President.
Genocidal language, says Tembeka Ngcukaitobi, comes from the very top.
We'll remind you of the headlines right after this. This is GBN, a reminder of the headlines before we leave you. The Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, warns of circulation of SARS-CoV-2 and other respiratory viruses in the Caribbean as Grenada urges citizens to be vigilant. Grenada to host the first sitting of the Court of Appeal as the new law year is set to open on Friday. Association of Caribbean Media Workers calls on the Deacon Mitchell-led administration to apologize to the local media following fallout over cabinet reshuffle access. Families hold on to hope as that two men still missing after 30 days at sea will return home safe. Also in the news regionally, former Surinamese president summoned to serve his prison sentence. Internationally, the International Court of Justice concludes first day of hearing in genocide case against Israel. Plus in the sports news, Grenada Football Association announces logo competition for its 100th anniversary celebrations. That's all from us in the GBN newsroom. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. Bye-bye.